Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving straight into the captivating and honestly surprisingly high-stakes world of keeping the elusive sparkling gourami. Today, we're actually following a super fascinating case study from an aquarist named Ang. And Ang is on an absolutely determined mission to succeed with this uniquely demanding little fish.
Let me ask you something right off the bat. Have you ever heard a fish croak? I know, right? It sounds like a trick question or maybe the setup to a bad joke. But here's the thing. This specific fish actually makes an audible croaking sound during courtship. It's this bizarre little quirk that literally turns this tiny aquatic creature into a holy grail for dedicated fish keepers.
So let's meet the sparkling gourami.
The whole obsession with these guys really comes down to the sheer difference in scale. Now, regular common gouramis, they're robust, standard-sized fish. But the sparkling gouramis? Oh, they max out at just 3 to 4 centimeters. That is incredibly tiny. And because of that tiny stature, they require a highly specific, delicate approach. You can't just toss a 3-centimeter fish into a standard community tank and, hope for the best.
They truly are a croaking, iridescent wonder. Formally, they go by the scientific name Trichopsis pumilus, and this species holds some incredible features that make it a highly sought-after prize. Actually, the name itself hints at just how diminutive they are. Pumilus literally translates to dwarf. But let me tell you, what they lack in physical size, they more than make up for in sheer presence and biological complexity. They aren't just small, they're incredibly specialized.
Visually, absolutely stunning. Their brownish-tan bodies are accented by this striking iridescent blue eye that just pops when the light hits it perfectly. But the real showstopper? They produce an audible croak by snapping their pectoral fin tendons during courtship. It's essentially the fish equivalent of strumming a guitar string to woo a mate. I mean, how cool is that? It's just fascinating, complex biology happening right there under the water. But, well, here's the catch. Ang actually admits, and I quote, "Unfortunately, till today, I still didn't manage to hear such sound." For an aquarist, hearing that croak is everything. It means the fish are thriving and comfortable. So, silence? Silence means something isn't quite right.
Which brings us to the aquarium survival challenge.
Just 2 weeks. That's the mere number of weeks it took for Ang's previous batch of sparkling gouramis to perish in a standard setup. And man, for any hobbyist, losing a batch of fish that quickly is a really heavy blow. It just highlights exactly how delicate the Trichopsis pumilus truly is. Make a single mistake with their environment and the consequences are immediate. But as any good hobbyist knows, failure is really just data for the next attempt. Seeing these fish again recently in a store, perfectly healthy, in excellent physical condition, and affordably priced too, well, it sparked a renewed determination in Ang to finally get it right. It was an opportunity for a second chance. But to get a different result, you can't just repeat the exact same process that failed 2 weeks in. You have to innovate. You got to completely change the environment.
Enter the outdoor pond experiment. Instead of trying to meticulously control an indoor glass aquarium, Ang is trying something completely radical. The experiment is actually pretty straightforward. First, acquire a small, manageable group of 6 affordable fish. Next, skip the glass tank entirely and place them in an outdoor pond setup. And finally, step back. Just allow them to survive, acclimate, and hopefully breed naturally. The working theory here is that a more natural outdoor environment might provide the organic microfauna, the natural hiding spots, and the water stability that these tiny fish instinctively crave. Of course, a strategy like this comes with some immediate risks. The primary challenge? There is absolutely no net on the mesh container in this outdoor pond. This means these super delicate fish can swim freely out of their safe zone and right into the unpredictable, murky depths. Ang is actively trading micromanagement for the hope that Mother Nature provides a way better habitat than a pristine glass box ever could. So we're left with Ang's cautious but hopeful words. Nevertheless, let's see how this goes in the coming weeks. We've explored the fascinating lore of the sparkling gourami and the harsh reality of trying to keep them alive indoors. It really leaves us with a provocative thought, doesn't it? Will relinquishing control and letting nature take its course finally unlock that elusive croak? And it kind of makes you wonder, where in your own projects might you benefit from dropping the net, stepping back, and just seeing how things go naturally?